Welcome to the Heart of Destiny 2 Weapons in Depth, and in this episode we'll look at precision hand cannons. As well, we will have a quick look at the magnificent Howl precision hand cannons. What do they do, what are their strengths and weaknesses, who are they for, how should you use them, and how do they stack up in the meta? What do they do? These weapons fire at 180 RPM. As the fastest firing hand cannons, these fire significantly faster than any other. Thanks to their unique recoil, this fire rate is not a problem. Damage. Their per shot damage within their minimum range is 38 to the body and 57 to the head. Past maximum range, you'll be dealing 1/3 of the damage, which is 12.6 to the body and 19 to the head. Their headshot multiplier is 1.5x. Their PvP damage per second. Within the minimum range, they'll deal 114 DPS to the body and 171 DPS to the head. Past max range, they'll be dealing 38 DPS to the body and 57 DPS to the head. Time to kill. Their minimum shots to kill will be 6 to the body or 4 to the head, and their maximum shots to kill will be 16 body shots or 11 headshots. Within their minimum range, time to kill will be at maximum 1.67 seconds and at minimum 1 second. At their max range, time to kill will be at maximum 5.33 seconds and at minimum 3.67 seconds. The good part about these weapons' damage, they have very competitive overall damage, with slightly more DPS than all other hand cannons. The bad part, their per shot damage mixed with their fire rate places them in a weird place, which means you will only kill low armor targets quickly with 5 body shots rather than 6, and as for criticals, they sit right in the middle between 4 shots to kill and 3. This means that the 4 shot kills are a little more forgiving compared to other hand cannons, as you only need to land 3 crits and a body, or just 2 crits if they have low armor. Overall, the damage profile for these weapons is definitely the most forgiving of all the hand cannons. Range. These hand cannons have a lower base range stat, but do have the ability to improve it significantly with perks. You'll be sitting at 27 meters at lowest for fall off start, which is quite low, and your fall off end will be at 46.2 meters. At the highest range stat, you will be at 31 meters start and 50 meters end. Compared to other hand cannons, these will have worse range unless you manage to improve the range using perks. If you want to be able to compete, you'll definitely want to improve the range stat at least a little. Viability. These hand cannons are the most reliable and consistent out there. Their kill times aren't exceptional, but don't lag too far behind, and their DPS almost makes up for it. It will allow you to be exceptionally effective against damaged and fleeing opponents, and punish your opponents severely whenever they miss even the slightest. Overall, these are definitely the highest ease of use hand cannons. The recoil can block your sightline a little bit, but it's easy to adapt to. Even average players should be able to hit consecutive headshots with some practice. What to look for? The top perks to look for are: number 1, Rampage. With 1 stack, you'll be able to kill guardians with 5 bodies and will only need to hit 2 headshots for the 4-shot kill. Low armor guardians can be taken down with 3 headshots or 1 and 3 bodies. Number 2, Rapid Hit. The stability and reload improvement that it can offer will be invaluable for winning from one gunfight to the next. Number 3, Outlaw. This perk's lightning fast reload speed is always great. Some other great perks to look for: Snapshot Sights and Opening Shot. My god rolls to look for: Drop Mag, Snapshot, and Rampage. A great roll for the aggressive dueler. It will have less range, but the always quick reload and near instant ADS will have you ready for every engagement, while Rampage will allow you to better take on multiple opponents. Accurized Rounds, Outlaw, Rampage. This roll will highly reward the skilled player who wishes to take the enemy head on. Outlaw will have your magazine full for every gunfight as long as your accuracy is true and ensure you get good use of Rampage. Accurized Rounds, Opening Shot, Rapid Hit. Deranged Roll. This one will be best for those who prefer to play more passively and take engagements one at a time. Opening Shot will allow you to essentially always hit the first headshot and ensure it does the most damage possible, while Rapid Hit will give you the advantage in those long-winded gunfights and prepare you for the next one. The type of player. These are weapons that are both at the top of the meta and also that I'd recommend as the easiest of all hand cannons to use and have success with. The one caveat is that these are definitely not great duelers at a high level. exceptional guardians don't miss and can handle the recoil of the faster killing hand cannons. How you can make these viable in competitive arenas is good team shotting and communication. If you can manage to damage your opponents even just slightly before you engage them, you will put yourself at a significant advantage. Magnificent Howl Precision Hand Cannons. The Magnificent Howl perk takes these weapons that are at the top for ease of use and makes them also number 1 for optimal time to kill. With this perk, these become the ultimate unbeatable dueling weapons. Let's check out what the perk does. Info is thanks to Drewski. Magnificent Howl grants a 2.3 times damage buff for 3 seconds, after landing 2 headshots in rapid succession, without missing or hitting a body shot. With Magnificent Howl active, Luna's Howl deals 131 critical damage and 88 body damage. Magnificent Howl's 3-tap time to kill is 0.66 seconds, and 2-tap time to kill is 0.33 seconds. Against a single target, you can kill in 2 crits and 1 body, 2 crits to activate the perk, and then a body shot to finish. Against multiple targets, you can land 2 headshots to activate the perk, whether that be hits on a target without a kill, 2 crits to clean up a target, or even 2 body shots and then 2 crits to kill, which activates the buff, and then you'll always be able to have the ability to 1 crit and 1 body the next target within your next 3-second period. To get a good idea of just how good this perk is, let's look at some charts. The first chart you will look at here compares Luna's Howl with and without the perk. I got the 290 damage per second for Magnificent Howl based on if you land 2 critical shots and the body shot. As you can see, 290 DPS is ridiculously high, and not only will it allow you to kill extremely quickly, it will allow you to kill at competitive speeds even at longer distances. As Drew mentions, you can kill with 3 headshots at 34 meters, which is above the optimal medium range engagement distance. So what can compete with Magnificent Howl? You may not expect this, but the closest that I have found is the Adaptive Burst sidearms, with good range boosting perks. So let's have a look at how they stack up against these powerhouse hand cannons. In this chart, the sidearm has a high range stat and rangefinder. As you can see, these sidearms' optimal DPS is just as good as the Luna's Howl, but their range definitely lags behind a little. So what if we had both rangefinder and ricochet rounds? There, now things are a little closer. It's still a little behind, but it does have the benefit of a higher body DPS, and at all distances, if you land headshots, it will beat precision users who don't. Adaptive Burst sidearms have incredibly low recoil, which will allow you to be able to land your headshots at Luna's Howl's optimal range, but only before they activate the perk. I'm not going to go any further into this perk, as many have looked at it quite thoroughly. The question I will ask here is the perk too strong? Personally, my answer is yes. Against a well-practiced user, there is simply no beating this weapon. Even those using sidearms will find themselves often outgunned within their optimal range. I'd say one of 2 things needs to happen. We need new pinnacle weapons added, or all weapons buffed so that there are options that can compete, or the more realistic option, which is the perk sees a slight nerf. I'm honestly not a fan of the very concept that the strongest weapons should also be very easy to use. For example, a weapon like a lightweight hand cannon has it right. They are strong, but definitely some of the most difficult to use. What do you think? Should Magnificent Howl see a nerf, or everything else a small buff? Do you enjoy precision hand cannons? What god rolls do you have? Thanks for watching, do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.